Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Shows, Style, and Spirit. I am Ebony, and I want to talk about Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She went live on her YouTube channel tonight, and in my opinion, she is truly mad at Nell Fletcher, her fellow cast member on LAMH, but Wanda has misguided anger for blogger Rell. Now, before we get into what she had to say tonight, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed. So Wanda, she is actually going to do a play and pause style of commentary. She was playing one of Rell's lives where she was giving commentary on the show, particularly Letitia being annoyed that people find that she is not transparent. And it sounds like Rell, she referenced incidents during the show where it was questionable whether or not Marceau cheated on her. And also she referenced Letitia's live from her YouTube channel where she spoke on transparency. And of course, you know, Nell Fletcher is mentioned. Nell Fletcher at this point is a trigger for Wanda and Letitia, in my opinion, because I think that I've never seen this dynamic before with a mother and daughter where Wanda will say, if you come for my daughter, I'm coming for you. If you talk about my daughter, I'm going to talk about you. But there's some sort of pride issue with Wanda, in my opinion. It's almost like she takes it personal when people criticize Tisha as if like she didn't do a good job or it's some sort of reflection on her. That's how it comes off to me at this point. I used to think that she was just straight up willing to argue and scrap with anyone who had anything remotely negative to say about her daughter Tisha. But I think it's also something within Wanda where she takes it personal, like people must think it's like a reflection on her. And that is my dryer going off. I am doing laundry. Yes, I am, if you can hear it. But so I feel like it's a reflection on Wanda. That's how she sees it in her head. And so she is going to be very annoyed, I believe, truly with Nell, but she's taking it out on Rell. But Carmel was in her live chat defending herself, saying that, you know, she was giving her opinion on a show that Tisha is on. She asked her to drop the link so that they could talk it through, and Wanda did not want to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into some of what Wanda had to say, and then I will come back with my commentary.
And she said she never seen it, she never dealt with it, bitch. Saying things on the show that she had infidelities and things that she never experienced in her marriage just to suffice or make people happy or people enjoy the show. She said she's not willing to do that to satisfy people, so to speak. But as you guys can see, this picture was floating around 4 seasons ago, I'm going to say. Okay? And Tisha even cried in the car when the conversation was had between she and Marceau in terms of where he was and who he was with in Atlanta. If you knew where your husband was, because she said it, I already knew where my husband was. I already knew what was going on. So if you knew this, why question him in the car? Why start crying? Because she wanted to. Because she wanted to question her husband. She wanted to. She don't question anybody she wants to. That's her husband. The conversation came up again, and they got mad at Chris Fletcher because Chris would not agree in terms of saying that they were together the entire time. Y'all remember that? And him and Chris was together. Was they together 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours? They was the motherfucking together. They was together. It wasn't like he was lying. They was together. She didn't say they was together all night long. He said he was with Chris. And he was. That was not a lie. It been proven that he was with Chris. Damn, bitch. Shit. Then you gonna say here and say, oh, he was lying. Girl, get the fuck out of here. I want y'all to hear this, child. I want y'all to hear it too. Ooh, child. Yeah, there's gonna be a juicy ass lie. I want you to hear all of it. Mm-hmm. good receipt too, bitch. And he ain't got now. Neither do you. Putting her husband's name in his mouth. I was like, no. Marshall started all this shit 2 years ago. He started this. Now, did Fletcher add on to the fire? Yes. The damn NDA shit, he did. You know, I want to because he was the main one that talked about NDA. Tell him the reason why he got NDA. Wait, tell him the reason why Chris started with this NDA shit. Why y'all had to go to court for this NDA shit? Tell them the reason why. See, don't get me started now. Don't get me started, because you know the reason why. You may be a little quick on your feet with Tisha. Because she did get him. She got in my husband's face, and I didn't expect it to go that way. So let's talk about the transparency piece, Ms. Nell. I think a lot of people would love for you to clarify exactly what it means, what you mean when you say that Letitia and Kimmy as well have been less than transparent in their expressions of what's going on in their lives. What is it that what areas or what things do you feel like they could be more transparent about, and what ways could they be more transparent about those things? Okay, for Kimmy to make the statement, you think we don't want to talk about our husband's cheating? Yeah, nobody does. I don't. I know you don't. You're not going to talk about it. Of course, I'm not going to sit and lie. I'm not telling them to come front and say about something they said they don't know. Okay? Because you know what time it is. Don't play with me. You know what time it is. Always come to me, asking me about my family, what's going on in my family, my husband, my children, my grandchildren. It's always what. Why do they ask you? They don't give a fuck. They ask you because people want to know. So they making a show out of it. People want to know what's going on with you and your family. That's the reason why they asking you. You know the reason why they asking you, ho. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know the reason why they asking you. What y'all need to hear? Listen to this bitch now.
Okay, so I want to take a quick pause. So shout out to Rell. She totally lined up several different sound bites to weave together the story of Tisha and Wanda feeling sore about people saying that Tisha is not transparent on Love and Marriage Huntsville. And she included when the panel on Carlos King's Monday Night Live show interviewed Nell just 2 nights ago. And Nell Fletcher was saying, nobody wants to talk about infidelity in their marriage. Nobody wants to talk about infidelity in their marriage, but I do it. And I do feel like, yes, out of all the couples on that show, I would say the Fletchers are the most open. I think that it probably helps their marriage in a way if they just talk about it versus trying to act like it never happened. I bet it's almost therapeutic for them. And I think that Nell and Chris probably feel like it was such an ugly time in our marriage. It would feel really bizarre if we never spoke on it and pretended like it didn't happen. But in any event, when Rell plays that clip of Nell Fletcher being on Carlos King's show, that seemed to have triggered Wanda as well. Like you're not transparent, B, you're not transparent. But I have to disagree. I definitely think that Chris and Nell Fletcher are. And I think that's why they were ultimately booked for the show. I think that production learned of the infidelity, learned that they were willing to talk about it. And then, remember Lexi's words at that dinner table scene, everything was normal. And then a producer whispered in Nell's ear. And then everything changed so that they know that she's willing to do that too, like a producer's pet. And I think that Wanda and Tisha, they're having a hard time. They're having a struggle with a newer couple being, kind of like naturals at reality TV. And I think that Tisha is very bothered by people questioning her level of transparency. And this is why Wanda is going off. And it's funny because Wanda gives a lot of contradictory statements, and she seems, I would say, like perhaps like a more normal situation, you would say they feel conflicted, but it's contradictory when it comes to Marceau Scott, her son-in-law. It's basically like a you can't talk about them, but I can type of thing. Like she's triggered about Carmel Rell's commentary and how it's always looked questionable about them. You know, the picture that Carmel Rell talked about in her commentary, Martell's comment, season 1, about the 20 women. Marceau, he would never really be fully explicit, like, no, baby, absolutely not. I have not cheated on you with 20 women, or I have not cheated on you at all. He would never just be explicit and make a statement like that. He kind of leaned into the notion, the question of perhaps, maybe I did. So Wanda, she even talks about during this live that she doesn't totally, she says, you know, I don't even like Marceau, but you know, he didn't cheat, or, and so it's contradictory. Like you say, you don't really like the man, but you know, you don't want anyone saying that he cheated. And again, I think that goes back to her pride. She doesn't want anybody like making fun of her daughter or laughing at her daughter. Not saying that any bloggers do that, but I think in Wanda's mind, that's how she takes the commentary. That's how she takes any sort of criticism. That it's like people laughing at Tisha and it's a bad reflection on Wanda some sort of way. That's just my opinion. That's how Wanda comes off to me. But let's hear a little bit more.
Now listen to her. Because she went live. Y'all know Tisha is now going live, child. She's trying to review the show and all this other stuff. Let's go ahead and get into what she had to say, honey, because she was pointing fingers, something serious. All right? She has daggers for Nell, because she had a lot to say about Nell, too. And she also mentioned Melody, which I'm like, why Melody always gets. And that's a motherfucking lie. She did not call Melody name, period. She did not. If more than Melody was played on that damn show, that Nell talked to. Nell talked to Stormy. Nell talked to the other girl before she got off the show. Tiffany. She talked to Destiny. She talked to a lot of people. Why I got to be Mel? Why I got to be Mel? Why you want to call Mel name, bitch? That's your thing, calling her name. Y'all always want to call Mel name in y'all motherfucking mouth. She told y'all to keep y'all her name out y'all mouth. Shit. She said that we be all up in her business, but we don't want to talk about our business. And y'all can recall when Kimmy had the segment with the ladies. Mm-hmm. They don't not say, oh, I don't know, because Lance found out that he was having a baby. Mm-hmm. Y'all go on over there and subscribe to Letitia's page, baby. If y'all have not subscribed to Tisha page, go over there and subscribe to Tisha page, baby. Y'all run on over there and subscribe. She come on every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. Yeah. She said that I don't want to talk about the interview that one did on social media. And I'm like, y'all, I went live. I talked about it. And she did. My feelings haven't changed. And she did. Meeting Martell. Okay. You remember when Tisha and Marceau went live on Tisha's Instagram to address whenever Martell was putting out all these receipts about Tisha sleeping with some guy in college in the back of a Buick. Martell said he saw Tisha sleeping with multiple people. He was hiding somewhere in the room. Multiple people. She was in there getting it in. Y'all remember when all that came out? First he seen her. Wait a minute. First he seen her in a motherfucking bird. Then he seen her the same day in the bird and in a damn car sleeping with multiple people. Multiple people. Bitch, he said he seen her in the car with a dude. But now you want to put the multiple people in there, bitch.
Okay. And Wanda, it's Buick. 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 And that's no shade, because I actually feel sorry, because I feel like her teachers failed her. Like that should have been corrected back in elementary school. But it's Buick. That's, at least that's what I think she was saying. She was, you know, the type of car she was saying the make was a Buick. A Buick. Buick. So Wanda, listen. One dude, multiple people. There's been that notion season 1 when Martell said, you know, if I've had one woman, he's had 20 women, you know, suggesting there's been more than one. And again, it's never been explicitly said that he's never cheated. Even Tisha says something weird like, I've never experienced being cheated on. Like that's like her go-to statement. She's never experienced it. So she doesn't even explicitly say, my husband has never cheated on me. She'll say, I've never experienced it, whatever that means. So I think that it's a very, it's giving freshman. It feels like Nell has been on the show from season one. I said this in another video, and Tisha is like brand new. And Wanda and Tisha are struggling with people's opinions on her not being transparent. It is not giving that Tisha is true to this. It's giving she's new to this and not true to this. But what do you all think about Wanda, being angry about people saying that Tisha is not transparent? And to me, she takes it out on Rell, and she's really mad at Nell. Do you think that Nell will address her at the reunion or in any future scenes? Or do you think that she would just say, I'm not entertaining it like she did Lexi? I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. And I will talk with you all soon. Good night.